For now, access to mifepristone remains unchanged in the United States. The Supreme Court chose the status quo by preventing restrictions on this abortion pill from going into effect, at least while the legal process plays out. But that doesn't really give any indication as to what will eventually happen to medication abortion here in the United States, because this case now returns to the lower court, which will rule on the merits of this case. Oral arguments are expected to be heard around mid-May, but the process could take several months as the lower court determines whether or not the FDA went through the proper process when it first approved mifepristone, and then later on when it eased restrictions on access to the drug. But whatever the final decision by the lower court, and however long it takes, eventually that final decision will likely be appealed by one of the two sides and eventually end up once again in front of the Supreme Court, which will then have to rule on the merits of the case and determine the future of access to mifepristone here in the US. But for now, at least, women in this country will continue to have access to this drug that is currently used in more than half of abortions nationwide.